When their daughter lost her battle with cancer, Ed and Sue Goldstein faced every family's worst nightmare. But instead of letting grief define them, they chose to build something lasting in her name. They founded the Valerie Fund, so children fighting cancer and blood disorders could receive compassionate expert care close to home, and families would never have to face that journey alone. 50 years later, what began as love in its purest form has grown into a lifeline for thousands.
I'm Sue Goldstein.
And I'm Ed Goldstein. We are the founders of the Valerie Fund almost 50 years ago.
What they were able to do from such tragedy and loss and give back is unbelievable to me. It actually gets me very emotional because I'm in awe of what they've done.
Something you don't think about ever in life, that you'd have to deal with a child being diagnosed with cancer.
At 20 months old, he was first diagnosed with the acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
He's a patient at the Valerie Fund Center. He's been a patient there ever since he was born in a NICU.
I have a disease called sickle cell.
I was diagnosed with high-risk B-cell leukemia 2 days before moving into my freshman dorm when I was 18.
I relapsed with leukemia in my optic nerve in my right eye. Chemo did not work.
I'm 16 years old and my diagnosis was acute myeloid leukemia.
The Valley Fund Center makes it easier to go through all the stuff that happens.
When a person comes to the Valerie Fund, he or she is treated by everybody. And I always say, in our chemo, we do something that no other hospital does. We fill it up with love beside the chemotherapy.
All of the different people who surround them help them, and they help them get over each and every bump in the road. And there are lots and lots of bumps for these kids.
I was really scared. I was crying. I remember I didn't want to do my port surgery.
That day when Janae was admitted, we met the team. They each came in. Kristen, Janae's child life specialist, Sarah, our social worker, Caitlin, the educational liaison, as well as Chelsea, the nutritionist.
They really helped boost my mood whenever I wasn't feeling the best. Especially Kristen, my child life specialist.
I love the way that she makes Janae feel and how happy she makes her.
As a mother, I know what to do. I was just crying every day, and I just felt like they made it easier. They always have a lot of great resources for me. They was giving me a lot of information. They even helped out with massages to try to ease me from different things, helping me out with traveling to and from the hospital, like gas cards. I was out of work during that time period, so they also shared gift cards to help get groceries. So they made like life outside of having to just focus on case easier at home. I want to say the Valerie Fund Center was amazing.
Today, it's amazing. Today, eight centers, it's wonderful. But 50 years ago, Eddie came home from the office and he said, let's do something in Valerie's name.
And we went to Overlook Hospital, we spoke to them, we made a pledge for 2 years for $25,000.
We walked out of that meeting and looked at each other, where are we going to get that kind of money?
Today, we give away about $6 to $7 million that we put it to great use for our families and their children.
I was fortunate because not only was I treated at Valerie Fund Center, but it was like in my hometown. And as you're going through this as a young person, as a teenager, you're still trying to figure out life, let alone whether you have cancer or not. And when I decided I wanted to do medicine, they really were such huge influences and helped me through all the steps just to get to the point where I could apply to medical school. And I was very fortunate to win the Julia L. Weintraub Scholarship in undergrad and continue to get that through undergrad and medical school. And that scholarship completely changed everything for me and just let me focus on my academics, let me focus on school, let me focus on healing from hip replacements. Taking that stress and that weight off my shoulders was huge, and I don't know if I'd be as successful as I was without that help. Now I am a second-year hematology-oncology fellow at Cincinnati Children's.
It turned into such a wonderful program that when we think about it and when we talk about it, it brings tears to my eyes.
And mine too.
Yeah, and Ed's too.
I have been working at the Valerie Center at Atlantic Health for the last 37 years. I was first introduced to the Valerie Fund when I volunteered to be a nurse at camp and be a one-on-one with a young patient that had a brain tumor.
Camp Happy Times has allowed me to let go.
My mom was really scared when she dropped me off at the bus because it was my first sleepaway camp.
And it was the best decision of my life. It's boosted his confidence last year. And he had fun in a way that I can't provide.
It's one thing to send a healthy kid to camp. It's a whole nother thing to send a child with a cancer diagnosis to camp.
When I think about the Valerie Fund and I think about what Sue and Ed have accomplished, what a legacy to leave.
The Valerie Fund for me has been my lifeline through this entire journey. Simply because there's so many aspects that the Valerie Fund provides that other hospitals do not.
We did experience, other facilities and other healthcare offices and doctors, and there's nobody even closer to the relationships that we formed being a Valerie Center family.
If I have to rate the Valerie Fund Center, it supersedes the 10. I don't look at it as like, oh, we're going to the doctor's appointment. I look at it more so as like a family.
You know you're not alone with how they treat you and how they make you feel.
The Valerie Center, they help you so that you don't ever feel alone, and I can't thank them enough.
Each year we get better results, and it's so important to treat a child both medically, financially, and psychologically. Love is the difference.
But our vision, it's not here, but it's close. It won't be here until cancer and blood disorders are done with. That's the vision. And it will happen. It will happen.
Over the last 50 years, the Valerie Fund has been helping families with children suffering from cancer and blood disorders, growing from one Valerie Fund center to now 8 hospital-based centers and 1 new program. And in the process, we've helped thousands of families as their children fight these life-threatening diseases.